Last week we tore out our old ensuite, and this week we're going to be reframing all the walls and floors in here. On this side we've got the waste exactly where I wanted it. Got the mixer and spout perfectly aligned where I wanted it. This here's got to be the breather pipe, so again I've got the plumbers just to run an elbow to there, and then I've run this one up through here. I didn't want to create a new hole, there was already a breather pipe here, so I've just elbowed it, and yeah, that'll go out through the roof. So what we've done is made frames that sit inside the original studs, with a bit of room to add shims to make them completely parallel. It's a bit painstaking, but in the end these walls turned out 100%. None of the original studs were straight, so I've had to pack them all out so that the plaster will be completely flat. If you've heard the expression on the piss, it was definitely that. These floors were also not level, and they had a bit of water damage. The floor had small individual tiles on them, so over the years and lack of modern waterproofing, water had gotten the best of them. Let me take you through what we've done in the ensuite already. We've torn it all out, so let's just do a bit of a walkthrough of some things. So floors out currently, putting more joists in. Floor joist should be 450 on centre. These ones are not quite that, they're a bit over, so they're about 500. Big block there, so we can screw the toilet off to that. We've got the tap there. That's loose for the plumber to hook up how he sees fit. Above the toilet I've put a big bit of hardwood in there because we're going to have a floating shelf, which I'll just put a couple of bits of Rio, and then after it's plastered, whatever, we'll put that shelf in there so it's just floating above the toilet. That's going to be the shower screen. It'll go up to 2100. This side of the shower screen will be just plaster until that shelf there, so it'll be tile from down there and then plaster above. That piece is loose for the plumber to fit the shower spout. We've got a big rain head going in there. We've got the centre line there, and there's a mixer goes there, so that's all in line and exactly this is actually in line with the spout on the basin here. Then above this we've got a arch mirror, which I'll make the cabinet for, and then that'll be a void, like it'll be semi-recessed into that wall as well, and then popping out a bit. So all the framing is done around the existing framing, and everything's perfectly in line, level, ready to go. This is in the shower. That's going to be a niche in there, so I'll completely waterproof that, tile it. I did, however, have to add a few more pine joists because the spacing wasn't up to code of a maximum of 450mm centres. I had to shim up or trim down the joists to suit the new flooring. They needed to be perfectly level and also rigid. The floor joists were a bit shonky, but I was able to keep some of them in there. The shower base is going to be curbless, so I needed to recess that area into the joists to allow for the proper slope to the waste. The plumbers have been and they've fixed these two existing pipes. This was the shower. They've put the mixer onto here and fixed the spout up to there, given them all the positions to fit them at what height and distance and whatever. That mixer is going to be the same level as the vanity. This pipe here is not actually waste for this room. It's actually, there's a waste going into the next bathroom on the other side of this wall. So this is actually just a breather pipe. I just got the plumbers to run this one up to here, and then I've run that up through the ceiling, and then I've got to still put it up through into the tile roof with flashing and stuff on it. So that was something that I could do, so just save myself a bit of cash. Here we've got the insulation bats going into the floor. We need to run these, I've just run sticks underneath, and that's like a packing strap stapled from underneath, just so the bats don't fall through the floors.
after the yellow tongue was glued and screwed down, it felt completely solid. There was no insulation in any of the walls in this house, so doing that is a must. Putting sealant on all of the joints and screws is also a must. James Hardy's technical data says that ceramic tile underlay should be glued down with stud adhesive, which is good because I do have some and I don't have to go get yet another type of glue for this room.
Okay, so the detail I want to do here is called a P50. It gives you a 10mm by 10mm deep visual appearance, like a checkout kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is terminate this plaster using a channel like this, and that goes on the bottom side of the plaster. That finishes that off, so that's a nice clean hard edge. Then I'm going to use an L-shaped guttering kind of thing. So what I'll do with this one is I'll feed this up behind the plaster. So then what I can do is I'm going to put a solid timber skirting that's primed and painted and really sealed, thickness that down to 10mm, and then slap that on there after the waterproofing is done. So waterproofing is done. If it fails in the future, then it's just that skirt that needs to be pulled off and then replaced. I hope it works, and hope it looks good. That channel's on, that's stuck up in there. I've pushed this L shape right up under this plaster. So what I'm going to do now, I'll get that completely level, and then get some polyurethane, glue that in, and then that can get tiled over after it's waterproofed, obviously.